June 22nd, 2013. Brookelyn Farthing. 18-year-old female Brookelyn Farthing was last seen on June 22nd, 2013 in Berea, Kentucky. An overnight bag with plans to sleep at a friend's house turned on its head as Brooke is left stranded at a party and then at the isolated home of a male stranger. Ominous texts and a suspicious fire have investigators almost certain the young woman was taken against her will. For recent high school graduate Brooke Farthing, life in Berea, Kentucky was good. She was described by her sister as a spunky, tell-you-how-it-is, lovable person who loved animals and the outdoors. The day before her disappearance, Brooke had passed her driving test and was having a great visit with her grandfather and family, with more family plans for the weekend. The evening prior to her disappearance, Brooke attended a house party with her cousin and sister, who quickly left, and had plans to crash that night with one of her girlfriends. During the course of the party, Brooke had a falling out with her girlfriend, who wanted to hang out with a guy that night instead, so the sleepover plans were nixed. Stranded and desperate at the party house with no ride home, Brooke was seen helping an intoxicated friend when they both accepted a ride from an older male, Josh Hensley, who claimed to be friends with an ex-boyfriend of Brooke's. Allegedly, the trio went to look at some horses before dropping off the third party, eventually returning to Josh's foreclosed home in Berea. Once at the secluded house, Brooke ignored the lack of power and water and busily worked her phone, desperate to get a relative or friend to pick her up. Finally, an ex-boyfriend who worked the night shift agreed to come by around 7 a.m. At 4:26 that morning, Brooke sent him a text that had an ominous request. "Please hurry, I'm scared." At 5:30 a.m., her ex received another text from Brooke's phone. "Never mind, I'm okay. I'm going to a party in Rockcastle County." Although it was odd that Brooke would drive 25 minutes at 5:30 in the morning to go to a party, her ex read the text and skipped on picking her up. The Rockcastle party text, which investigators and family believe was not sent by Brooke, began a bizarre series of events which still remain unexplained. Josh claims he left Brooke that morning sitting on the couch smoking a cigarette as he went to check on some horses at a local farm. When Josh returned at 7 a.m., he claimed Brooke was gone, and even more sinister, the couch she had been sitting on was engulfed in flames. The strong fire had burnt the couch and floor and was identified as suspicious by investigators. Brooke and her phone were gone, but left behind on the front porch was her purse, cowboy boots, and the overnight bag. Was Brooke waiting outside on the porch to leave, get picked up, or just to get away from inside the house and whoever was in there? Her family believes she wouldn't have left without her belongings, and that she had no reason to run away. Brooke's phone last pinged just minutes away from Josh's foreclosed home in the Blue Lick Road area of Berea. During that first 24 hours, Brooke's phone would receive over 1,000 calls. It hasn't been released how many, if any, were from Josh. Multiple extensive searches, including with divers and cadaver dogs, canvassed over 16,000 acres in 3 counties. One search included 200 volunteers and covered a 1.5-mile radius around Josh's home. The secluded and remote area Brooke was last seen in is notoriously difficult to traverse, with thickly wooded terrain, steep inclines, caves, sinkholes, abandoned wells, and multiple bodies of water, all crisscrossed by interconnected country lanes. Based on the facts of the case made public by investigators, many observers believe Josh, the last known person to see Brooke, knows more about her disappearance than he claims. Could a small town cover-up be in play? Or does law enforcement know exactly what happened, but lack the evidence to prosecute a case? Or were there other people involved, possibly living in the foreclosed home, who could have acted as an accomplice? Is it possible that when Josh went to see the horses, he was actually taking Brooke somewhere, leaving the cigarette to burn down the couch? Josh was never charged in Brooke's disappearance, but in August 2020, Josh Hensley was arrested by Kentucky State Police with 2 other men from Berea for possession of child pornography. The arrest was not connected with Brooke, though. Brooke's case is still open and active, It is considered suspicious and criminal involvement is suspected. Farthing's nickname is Brooke. She has pierced ears and a birthmark on her left hip. She was last seen wearing a gray t-shirt with the Madison County FFA, Future Farmers of America logo, and light blue denim shorts. This case has been the topic of small-town gossip, so investigators are asking the public for facts and actionable info, not rumors. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Brookelyn Farthing, please call the Kentucky State Police or email her family at findbrookeky@gmail.com.